What's up, YouTube? Okay, so I got a really fun battle that I had on live stream. This one was with some of a mix of my teams that I've made over the last few months, and so and it was a really cool battle because there's some really interesting Pokemon in this one. So let's get to today's question as well as answering yesterday's question. So yesterday's question was, what was your favourite kind of ball to catch Pokemon in? Dust Ball, Pokeball, and Master Ball were the most three popular there. Today's question, what is your favourite ground type? We've not covered ground type, and I'd like to see which one would come on top here. So it doesn't matter if it's a dual ground or just single ground type, any of those ones. I want to see what's the most popular. So leave a comment in the comment section, and if you could leave a like on the video, that would be really good as well. Let's get to the battle anyway. So what do we got here? We've got Growlithe, Delcatty, Minun, Stoutland, Masquerain, and Drapion. This was a really fun battle as well, and I was like, Growlithe, that's even a little cup Pokemon, so it was always going to be an interesting battle. Yeah, I think I had this one midway through my live stream. Okay, so Drapion is going to be leading first. I definitely sort of saw that one coming with the whole toxic spikes. I'm leading with Delibird here. Just going to fake him out, see if it's carrying like black sludge or leftovers or something like that. So as I can see, it is carrying black sludge. I'm going to set up my spikes here because I know that I'm faster and I'm going to get some time to set these up as well, because Drapion is actually setting up toxic spikes as well. Now, it was quite funny here because a lot of my team resisted toxic spikes, or I could swap them in because they were actually flying. So not many of them really were going to be affected by this. So I wasn't actually too worried getting like spikes set up on me. I was quite happy though setting 3 layers of spikes up on this thing. It was really, really good. This is a bulky Drapion with Whirlwind. They're quite interesting as well. So as I said, Tropius is obviously the flying type, so he's not going to be affected by that. Either as Delibird. So Confuse Ray is sort of annoying, but I'm not too worried if I do get hit there. This Tropius isn't really very good attack, and it's just going to get healed over by my berry anyway. I do get the Leech Seed up there, that's good. So that was sort of force a swap on this Drapion, get some spikes damage eventually. Night Slash is not going to do anything to me. As I can see the damage there, that Drapion has definitely got everything in its defenses and health. They're most definitely a max health, max defense, probably like Impish. So I'm just pretty much recovering all my health there with Leech Seed, and Drapion is really here for us to swap out, and I can get some good spikes damage. So I got 3 of those spikes up on the Pokemon coming in. So another thing here, this one had Unnerve, and it didn't get hit by the spikes either. So Masquerain actually came in handy with its Unnerve ability. It's like a pretty much perfect counter for me. Well, not perfect, but perfect to get rid of my my Citrus Berry with Harvest combo. I just go straight for Leech Seed there in case it's got like Focus Sash. That's going to get rid of that. That's going to burn that Focus Sash and get rid of it. Now I can choose to stay in here and just go straight for Air Slash, and it hits me with Ice Beam. I get an Air Slash off, which is good. I was really thankful leaving that Ice Beam. I got some nice damage off on there, and a little bit of Leech Seed recovery as well. I'm not going to be affected by the toxic spikes at all. I can bring Tropius back in to try and get my Citrus Berry back, and hopefully I can get this thing out of the way so I won't be too nervous to eat my Citrus Berry. Okay, so one more Leech Seed for the Masquerain, and that's out the way, or it may swap at the same time. Anyway, regardless, I'm going to take Tropius out of the equation and go straight into my Empoleon here. Once again, another Pokemon that can resist those toxic spikes and will resist this Ice Beam, pretty much get all its health back from Leech Seed. And the Masquerain is going to be out of the picture. It was good. It can be annoying setting up like Sticky Web or Quiver Dance, those sort of things. But it hit Tropius really hard, so it was a threat to Tropius. It was a major threat, really. Okay, out comes Stoutland. I was sort of thinking that it may be like a reversal set, so I didn't really want to stay in on that because it hit me very, very hard. So my best bet here was to go into my Flipper and just see what it's going to do. Anyway, it's going to be going for a crunch there. I'm probably trying to get a defense drop on me, I guess. It doesn't hit me really hard. I sort of thought it would be hitting me a little bit harder than that. So here's my opportunity to go for a blizzard and get some damage, but it doesn't. And I knew I probably should have just gone for a destiny bond there, but I was just being a bit of a smart ass and thought I could just do that. Sort of bit me in the ass there, but that's alright. Dealer goes down. I sort of know what this thing is capable of now, and it can't really touch my Tropius, and I will be able to get straight away get the harvest off there, getting my health back. I'm just going to throw up another protect here to try and harvest my citrus berry back again. It does have Ice Fang, which is good to know as well. So I can try and get my my citrus berry back in, and then easily swap back into Empoleon. Most certainly there. So I'm going to get my harvest back, get my citrus berry. And it's pretty much like 3/4 of my health back there from practically nothing. So that was a good result. I know that I could easily stall out this Stoutland with my Empoleon. I wasn't too sure if I had any like recovery moves or anything, so my best bet here was just to go for Scold and see if I could get a burn on it. That was sort of what I was planning at this point in the match. Okay, so he had Crunches. Crunch is probably his only move that could hit me with really, really hard, and even then it wasn't hitting me hard at all, so I was not worried about this thing at all. Skull hits it reasonably hard, so it's about a... Well, that was a crit, so I'm guessing it's going to be about a... After lefties, it'd probably be about a 4 to 5 hit KO, and that could be sped up definitely there by a burn, getting rid of the leftover recovery every turn. But it turns out Stoutland has rest, which sucks, because I can't really do enough damage to it with Empoleon, so it's going to be able to get a rest back before I can actually take it out. Anyway, so I just throw Icy Wind in the mix to lower its speed, because I'm getting outsped, and I would like to go first and slow the speed on Stoutland a little bit as well, so I can maybe bring something in after this. I might as well just go for Scold. I can see it's not doing bad damage, but I'm definitely not going to be able to take Stoutland out before the rest. Turns out it's got Sleep Talk as well. Get Sleep Talk rest on the first turn. I love it when that happens. It's happened to me so many times. I feel your pain. So as I said, after lefties, I'm really not doing very much to this at all. So it's about a 5 hit KO. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just force that rest again. Then I'm going to swap out into a new Pokemon and try and take this thing out, or get a free swap myself. Because all it really has is attacking moves as Ice Fang and Crunch. And I can easily sort of get around that with some of my other Pokemon that I have. Okay, and Crunch is really not doing anything to me. Ice Fang is doing absolutely nothing, so I can really restore that back with my leftovers. Okay, another Scold. Going for a crit, didn't get one. Happens. And Stoutland's obviously just going to use rest again, sleeping back all of his health. Which is sort of what I saw coming. Anyway, now, since obviously I cannot do any more damage to it, I've got all my health back on Empoleon. I've got Stoutland resting, and the most he can do to me is Ice Fang and Crunch, so I have to keep that in mind. I was just thankful that even if I did get hit by Ice Fang there, I was confident that I could take it without stab and that sort of stuff. Okay, so in comes Delcatty. Now, wasn't too sure what this thing was going to do, but I was mainly thinking along the lines of support. I can see that with like, it'd probably have like Heal Bell, Wish, like Thunder Wave, those sort of supporting moves. I just throw up Leech Seed in case it's got like Protect and a Wish, and that could sort of help me get some of my health back as well. And so I probably should have just gone straight for Air Slash to do some damage, but what the hell, I might as well just sort of set it up. I bring in my Electivire here just in case it's got Thunder Wave, so I could try and get Motor Drive. Then I forgot, I forgot about the Toxic Spikes. But it doesn't really matter, because I know this thing's not going to have a lot of presence about it, especially or really physically. And I can get a free boost here in my attack as well. That's sort of what I was aiming for. Okay, Delcatty's going to obviously pass the Wish straight back onto Drapion, which is going to get hit by spikes. As I said, I'm going to boost my attack there with Meditate. I could have used a power up punch as well there to get some damage off as well as an attack boost, but you can do that as well. I just thought that'd be interesting putting Meditate on it in case of like a ghost swap in or something like that. Anyway, Thunder Punch hits pretty hard considering it's an impish nature. Sorry about that, some idiot just went past in their car. It's an impish nature Drapion, so it's going to be very, very bulky. Even with a +1 stab, Electivire still doesn't, it's not really going to touch that under 3 Thunder Punches. So I'm confused here. I hit myself in confusion, which sort of sucks there. Drapion's going to be able to finish me off with a Night Slash, so that sort of didn't go as well as I wanted to, but that's sort of how it went, I guess. I knew that I could swap something else into this in case things sort of went bad. I've got my Flareon here. I'm hoping that I could take this thing out with a Flare Blitz or get very close, get some nice damage off, sort of force this Drapion to stay in due to the spikes on the field. So I get very close to taking it out. I was happy with that. I was thinking I could definitely most live a Night Slash as well. Instead, Drapion confuses me, which yeah, is probably somewhat a better option because I could hit myself and do like loads of damage as well at the same time. Plus that Toxic Spikes is on the field there. So I didn't really want to risk me hitting myself at all, and just I'm going to bring out another Pokemon in that I know will not get poisoned and take all these attacks very, very easily. She's going to withdraw Drapion, and that's pretty much Drapion out of the picture because spikes are on the field. And in comes, I almost said Arcanine Growlithe. So that's just going to throw up Protect there. I wasn't really sure what this thing had in mind. I thought it might be like a troll set of some sort. It has Will-O-Wisp, which is cool. I very much hand it to you for using Growlithe in a Wi-Fi battle, a non-Little Cup Wi-Fi battle. Very ballsy to do that, extremely ballsy. And actually, it was like a troll set with Will-O-Wisp and Fire Spin, I found out. So that would have been interesting to see it action. But once again, that would be very interesting to try and set that one up. You'd have to probably do it on a Switch or something like that. Okay, Delcatty's going to set up the Wish. Once again, I wasn't sure whether it had Protect or not, so I just went straight for Scald. It didn't really matter because it wasn't going to live anyway. Delcatty really has average subpar defenses and really relies on its support to help the rest of the team out. So, yep, that's that one out of the way. I'm sort of hampered a little bit by this burn, getting rid of my leftovers, but I wasn't really too worried at all. So out comes, oh my god, look at it. Out comes Plusle, and I'm obviously fearing like a Thunderbolt, or it may even try and set up like a Sub or a Nasty Plot. So straight into Bananasaur here. It's going to set the Nasty Plot up, giving it lots of special attack now. Then I knew that I could take it with my Tropius, even that it's a special attack, and I just harvested back my Citrus Berry then, so things were going good. I could definitely take the attack and just Leech Seed it up, but I get critted by a Thunderbolt, so there goes poor Tropius. But that's how things go. And I'm going to bring straight into my Flareon, so I'm Scarfed. I know they can outspeed a one-shot with Flare Blitz, and I need to get rid of this thing because it's a beast. It has Focus Sash though, so Flareon is going to most certainly go down to this next Thunderbolt. Yep, that's going to take me out with a recoil. It wouldn't even matter. Then again, Flareon doesn't have bad special defense, I guess. So, into Jack Sparrow here, I've got Quick Attack. It doesn't really matter because I've got high base speed anyway, but I'm going to take that out there, and that's Plusle out of the way. Little Beast. What have we got left here? One more poke. I'm pretty sure my opponent's got left. Oh, okay, of course, Rosa Maria. The Drapion, and that's going to go down to Spikes damage. There, and I'm pretty sure that is game after this last Pokemon here, Stoutland. So I'm just going to go straight for Facade here, get as some solid damage as I can, and it takes it out with a crit. So we both got a nice crit there. I'm pretty sure Stoutland would have lived that one and one-shotted me with Ice Fang. I did have a couple of other pokes to swap in though, but fun game, and thank you for the game, Jennifer. It was good. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any and try and answer that question of the day in the comments. What is your favourite ground type? And leave a like on the video. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Peace out, everyone.